Well, what is going on, everyone? RC84 here, like always. Thanks for watching. So, my friends, in this video, I have yet another RC construction vehicle to show you. This, my friends, is the Huina 1536 dirt hauler, and this thing looks pretty sweet. Now, this is an 8x8, meaning it has 8 wheels. But only 4 wheels actually moves the vehicle forward and reverse, and that's going to be your rear wheels right here. Now the 4 front ones is going to be for turning. This has 4-wheel steering on it, so that's pretty cool. And that might help out on the sites on turning down some roads and stuff like that. But anyway, box art always looks good. And then, of course, down here, it just tells you what's all in. Now, this is a complete RTR, meaning ready to run. It comes with a battery. It comes with a charger. We got a 7.4 battery, lithium ion that is. We got the standard Huina controller, 4 AA batteries, not included. You have to add those, but that's not a bad deal. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing out the box and take a closer look at it. Well, there you are. This thing looks sweet. So, like I said, 8-wheel drive, 4 wheels in the back spin. The front 4 wheels is your steering. This thing has a lot of scale detailed. Like, they've gone way beyond on the scaleness of this vehicle. So let's take a look at it. So up here in the front, we got a little visor. We got the air breather up there. We got some rubber mirrors. We got some LED lights on top. We got a nice, really cool interior there, which I have to pop that open and get a little guy in there so you can drive. We got lights, headlights are on it, tail lights is on it. Take a look at the scale accessories. So we have these little bars on the side, lots of little detail work. Turn it to around the side. Bam. All right, so we got a nice little ladder here. This thing's pretty sweet. Smokestack right there. We got our gas cans, diff cans. Yeah, and then the monster of a bed. This right here. The vehicle is over 20 inches long. The bed is over 1.5 feet long, and that is crazy. You can put a lot of material in here, like kind of give you an idea. All right. Turn it back here. The vehicle does have a door here that actually locks in place when you lower the bed down. It locks in place, and when you lower it up, it unlocks it and allows it for the dirt to spill out. But crazy long. I'm very interested in seeing how this 4-wheel steer is going to work. But anyway. So let's take a look at some of the stuff that comes with it. So first off, you get a 1200 milliamp lithium ion battery with a new connection on these. Usually with Huina's products, they've been doing the SW2 and SW3s. These is SW4, it looks like, for plug, for four slots there. So a little bit different battery, same battery but different connection. I don't know why they gone to that size, that type of connector there. But anyway, so you get that. So we also have, we got our charger, a little screwdriver, and a wrench right there. Of course, so we have the instruction manual, which really is nothing worth keeping, really. And then we have the controller itself here. So let's take a look at the controller. Yep, so now this is portional steering and throttling, so it means you can adjust the speed of the vehicle and the turning and all. So you do that, forward, reverse, and then left and right. Up top on here is the buttons to raise and lower the bed. You can do it from both sides. I feel like the left side is faster than the right side. I don't know. I kind of tested it out a little bit, and it was like a few seconds shorter if you done on the right side. I don't know, but anyway, so we have our trim buttons right here. This is for your left and right trim on the steering there. Then we have your sound on, sound off, lights on, lights off. None of these other little buttons here do anything. They're just there just for looks. 4 AA batteries goes in the back. And that's pretty much it. But yeah, so we got also a metal plate here in the bed, kind of add some weight and also protect the bed when you drop your material in there. That's just crazy. That's a long bed right there. But anyway, so let's go ahead and throw in the battery, fire it up, and give it a little test whirl here on the workstation. So let's do that. All right, flashing lights. Let's go ahead and start this thing up. Sound, lights. All right, let's turn the sound off a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead, let's reverse a little bit. Nice slow reverse. Let's give it the beans. Now we definitely got to trim up that steering there. That looks better. All right, raise the bed. Here we go. And back down. Now Huina's got it on the same system. They do have a button for going up, button for going down, but it's a continuously rotation, so you can hold the button down and it'll go up and down. Do it with the sound on. Nice little beep, beep, beep. All right, so turn that off. So let me flip this around because there's no way we're going to be backing up and going forward and trying to turn this thing around here. I'll be osteopowering myself because this thing is like, yeah, it's sticking off my workstation as it is. So let's get it in front here. Now, like I said, it's got a locking mechanism, locking on the tailgate here, so raise it up. So that's the maximum height there. So yeah, and it's got a little bit of weight there too. So yeah. So that's the maximum height to reach for it. About 45 degrees angle or so is what I think stock for Huina is. And this is actually one of the biggest complaints from a lot of people, is that this is not high enough to get the material out of the bed. I've seen in some videos where it just kind of stays right there. It's not high enough. So might have to make some kind of modification here to get this bed to raise a lot higher than the stock height it is. So that is just one thing you might want to look out. But other than that, I think this is a really good vehicle. This four-wheel steering is something I've really never seen Huina did before. And just the cool fact that it actually has suspension on it. It's not the soft suspension, but you know, it's something there. So that's cool. And that would be be nice to get around on the site and don't have the truck sitting there like with my WL dump trucks. They're kind of like bouncing all over the place and stuff. So this has got somewhat of an suspension to it, so that's good. Now, there are two things that I am concerned with this vehicle, and that one is the bed height. We got to do something with that to get that a little up higher so the load can actually get out of the bed. Another thing is traction ability, traction with these vehicles. Just like with my 1575 tipper grabber truck, the crane truck, my service truck, that is what I call it. I also had the issue when it was out on my site there. In certain areas, it would kind of like lose traction. It would spin bad and stuff like that. And that can be solved by adding some weight to the vehicle. There is fairly a little bit of weight here, but not a whole lot of weight. The tires on these things are not the best tires. I will say that. They are very, they're rubber tires. They're very hard, stiff tires, not very soft or anything. So you may end up getting stuck, and which I think that's going to happen with this vehicle, is that it is going to get stuck out there on the site, and when it hits like sandy patches and stuff like that. But like I said, I experienced that problem with the 1575, and what I did to kind of solve that issue was I upgraded some tires on it. I put a tire on a tire from one of the WPL 16th scale vehicles I had. I took the tires off and wrapped it around the back tires there, and it gave it a lot more traction. It does a lot better. It still does a little spin out, but not as bad as before. So that might be something that I'll have to do, but we'll have to test out there on the site, see how that works. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing out here on the site and do some loading up for it. And yeah, all right, my friends. Well, with no further ado, let me get ahead and get into the video for y'all to watch. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff that you want to do, or if you want to do it. And yeah, all right. And if you got any questions, comment down below. If y'all know any places where maybe they have upgraded parts for the bed and stuff like that, or any tricks or anything, let me know. I would love to hear that. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video.